What is up, guys? My name is Krautmouse, and I'm going to talk to you today about art. But this is done to what is it? It's a MOAB gameplay. So I'll just get that quickly out of the way. This is my 10th MOAB on thingy. I'm using Specialist in a free-for-all match, as per usual. You already know the drill. I've got like a bajillion of these up already. Go watch the rest in the playlist if you really want to. I hope you do, by the way. I hope you guys are enjoying this sort of thing. I like to break up the monotony between making emblems and doing gameplays and all the other sort of thing. But art, I want to talk to you about art because doing this prestige series has got me thinking: is what I'm doing art? And if it is or isn't, what is the definition of art? Because I have quite a sort of stringent set of rules of what I define to be art. Like, I don't even class like portraits or landscape photography. Not photography. That's a different issue, which I'm just going to brush aside just for a moment because I can't be bothered to get into photography. That's yeah, painting, like landscape paintings and sort of portrait paintings, when they're just done just to replicate as much as possible, I don't like them as art. I don't think a lot of people seem to think they're art. But to me, no, it doesn't work for me because it takes no creativity to replicate what is right in front of you, like to the best of your ability. Don't get me wrong, it takes a lot of dexterity and it takes a lot of technical skill to be able to do that. But creativity is a no-no. And to me, art is all about the creativity, not the sort of dexterity or the skill or whatever. Like, I'd much take a sort of Picasso where they've taken like the meanings or like rearrange stuff and just been a bit sort of obscure with it all over that sort of thing any other day. And there's one painting in particular, the DaVinci, the Adam painting. I'm sure you can picture it in your mind where Adam's laying down, he's got his hand up and God and the cupids are touching the hand and their fingers are like just separated by like millimeters. And I don't know whether it's Assassin's Creed 2 that got me really into Da Vinci as well, but I really love the guy and I think he's an absolute ledge. And it just got me thinking, like, pieces of art like that where there's really a lot of thought going into it and sort of a lot of creativity, and it has a metaphor behind it which you can really get really latch onto, and sort of it communicates more than just a piece of art that is meant to replicate something as much as possible. Like, do you know what I mean? And whilst I'm on the subject of that Adam, there's a really cool theory behind it as well, which I really just want to talk about for a second. And I got to put this under context as well, because there was a theory that in the Renaissance period, you weren't allowed to do post-mortem examinations on a person. Like, you weren't allowed to sort of desecrate a dead body. It was against the law, like the religious law of the time, which, as you can probably imagine, was really sort of well, you know, they were really into it at the time. But what there was, because obviously a lot of scientists and doctors and that wanted to progress what they were doing to be able to help people better, they had to sort of break these rules, and they'd have like midnight meetings of where they'd like get a body or a what's the C word they use for a body where they actually, I want to say, no, I can't think of it, never mind. Anyway, they'd get bodies and they'd actually have a look at these minds and like have a look at the inside of bodies to figure out how they worked and stuff. And it was all sort of cloak and dagger, and they weren't allowed to do it. But it's been like theorized that Da Vinci, obviously as a great patron of like the science and the progression of all that moving forward, actually went to some of these. And in that painting, the Adam, and what I'll do is I'll put a picture of it in the corner actually, just so you can have a look at it now. If you look at the God section of that, it looks, the sort of ribbons and the whole outside bit looks very much like the sort of cross section of a brain. Like, even so much where the green ribbon that goes down the side could be like the cerebral cortex going down the back. And it's like, you gotta remember, like, all this stuff looks really, you know, we all know about this stuff because of our day and age, but back then you weren't allowed to see that because you weren't allowed to examine a human body after it was dead. So saying that he did do these things, he wrote his confession like on this grand painting that the world loves. And I just love the thought of that being true. Like, I just love the thought that he, like, Da Vinci, obviously famous for his crazy inventions, his brilliant mind, he wrote his confession in a piece of art that was, like, the pinnacle of religious sort of ness. And, oh, God, to me, that is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. I've been talking about Da Vinci more than I've been talking about art now. I'm sorry, but I really enjoy it, and I love like little facts and little knowledge like this, and sort of more theories. Like, it's never been written in history that it actually went down like that, but there's good evidence behind it, and like if you look at it from that sort of sense, like you can imagine it to be true, especially with Da Vinci, a guy who was like just like that. I mean, believe it or not, I didn't know the guy personally, but you can just imagine it, can't you? And sometimes you just hope for these things to be true. But yeah, Da Vinci, a devout scientist, broke the laws of his time and wrote his confession in what is one of the most pinnacle religious paintings ever seen or heard. Other than that, hopefully you guys are enjoying the emblems. I'm MOAB people in at now a minute, so I'm going to wrap it up. Hopefully you guys just enjoy the emblems. Do you think it's art, or do you think it's creative problem solving? I'm actually really undecided about this myself at the minute, and I'd really like to hear your opinions on it. Speak to you in the future, and I will be back as soon as possible. Sorry about the cough then. Bad time. Right, yeah, I will speak to you guys very soon, and now I'll be back. Lots more emblems, lots more gameplays. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.